Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell.
The Xiaomi 17 has just been released, and in this video, we're diving deep into a full review of this brand new flagship. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Mickey from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. At a glance, the Xiaomi 17 instantly reminds many people of the iPhone. Even the naming strategy across generations makes it clear. Xiaomi is setting this device as a direct competitor, and honestly, the similarities are easy to spot. This time, the corners have a more noticeable curve, giving the phone a design language that feels very familiar. Because of that, the Xiaomi 17 also carries some of the same strengths you'd expect from the iPhone. The in-hand experience is excellent, smooth, premium, and easy to manage with one hand. But the moment you pick it up, you'll notice something else. It feels heavier than expected. That's because Xiaomi has packed in a massive 7,000 mAh battery. Even with that, the phone weighs just 191 grams, which still puts it in the lightweight category. Instead of feeling like a fragile toy, it gives off the vibe of a compact powerhouse, a little steel cannon, if you will. Now, that solid feeling isn't just about the build. It's backed up by some serious specs. The Xiaomi 17 runs on Qualcomm's 5th generation Snapdragon 8 Elite Edition. And yes, don't get too hung up on the naming. If Xiaomi can jump it to 17, Snapdragon can jump a few numbers too. So, how does it actually perform? Let's get into the gaming tests. 25 degrees room temperature, screen brightness at 200 nits, performance mode on. We tested 3 heavy hitters: Honor of Kings, Genshin Impact, and Star Rail. Starting with Honor of Kings, in ranked matches, the Xiaomi 17 had no trouble maintaining a rock-solid 100 frames per second. Over a 30-minute session, it averaged 120.2 FPS, with the lowest 1% frames at 105.9 FPS. Super smooth gameplay. Power consumption was surprisingly low at just 2.8 watts, draining only 5% of the battery in half an hour. And temperature control? The body stayed at 32.4 degrees Celsius, while the screen reached 33.7 degrees Celsius. That's effortless performance. Next, we push things further with Genshin Impact. The test took place in Sumeru City with a high-load lineup to trigger resonance effects. The resolution was set to 864p. Under this load, the Xiaomi 17 held an average of 60 FPS, with 1% lows at 49.9 FPS. Power draw was just 3.9 watts, consuming about 8% of the battery. To put that in perspective, a lot of phones use 4 watts just for Honor of Kings. Yet here, Genshin Impact, far more demanding, was handled at almost the same efficiency. That really shows how powerful this Snapdragon chip is. Digging deeper into scheduling, the 6 performance cores ran under 1.1 GHz, while the 2 super cores dropped as low as 0.7 GHz. Essentially, the phone called on its performance cores only when needed, keeping efficiency in check. After 30 minutes, the body and screen temperatures were around 40 degrees Celsius. Basically, Genshin Impact was just a warm-up for this phone. Finally, let's see how it did with Honkai Star Rail. We tested at 992p resolution with ultra-high graphics. This game puts a much heavier load on the system. The Xiaomi 17 averaged 57.1 FPS over half an hour, with power consumption at 5.6 watts and 11% battery drain. While that sounds like a lot for Star Rail at this resolution, it's actually very efficient. Part of the reason is Xiaomi's clever scheduling strategy. After about 10 minutes, the phone slightly capped frames between 53 and 57 FPS, which lowered the strain without killing smoothness. The GPU temperature held steady around 64 degrees Celsius, keeping the device thermally balanced. By the end of the test, the phone's body temperature was about 45 degrees Celsius. So, what's clear is that the Xiaomi 17 doesn't aim for absolute max frames at all costs. Instead, it's tuned for a smart balance, smooth gameplay, long battery life, and controlled heat. Now let's talk about the everyday battery performance of the Xiaomi 17. On the outside, it may look quite similar to an iPhone, but when it comes to endurance, the difference is clear. We tested power consumption across 3 commonly used apps over a half-hour period, and Xiaomi consistently came out with lower usage. While iPhones are known for excellent power management, their battery density still can't compete with what Xiaomi is offering here. On the charging side, the Xiaomi 17 supports 100 watts wired charging and 50 watts wireless. And for the first time, it's compatible with the 100 watts PPS universal protocol. Because of the massive battery inside, it takes about 20 minutes to go from 1% to 52%. Compared to the iPhone, which reaches 100% in about 50 minutes, the Xiaomi seems slower. But in real-world use, the longer-lasting endurance of the Xiaomi 17 gives it the advantage. Moving to the display, the Xiaomi 17 is equipped with the brand new M10 light-emitting system. This upgrade delivers higher brightness while reducing power draw. Xiaomi has also worked extensively on the underlying screen tech, even introducing a new red luminous material. In testing, HDR brightness reached up to 2000 nits with ease. The phone also supports full DC dimming, so even at very low brightness, the display remains consistent without flicker. On top of that, it offers an adaptive refresh rate. When Pro mode is enabled, it can push up to 2160 Hz high-frequency PWM dimming, while the dynamic refresh rate works much like Apple's ProMotion. As for the camera setup, the Xiaomi 17 does give way slightly to the Pro series, but overall quality is still impressive. The detailed specs are listed here. You can pause to check them out. In short, for everyday shooting, whether you're snapping portraits or casual photos, this phone does the job well. Colors look natural and night shots come out clean and sharp. So to wrap things up, the Xiaomi 17 really lives up to the nickname of a small steel cannon. It combines a sleek design with a premium in-hand feel, strong performance, smooth gaming, efficient power and heat management, and standout battery life. Compact phones with long-lasting batteries are rare these days, and unless you absolutely need telephoto lenses or a bigger display, the Xiaomi 17 is definitely worth considering. That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.